Hello, it's Treasure Chest Tuesday, and we are in what I'm going to call an eclipse tunnel. And we all need a lot of extra support right now, to say the least. So imagine the solar eclipse, which happened on the 12th of August, is now going into a lunar eclipse, although it's partial, on April 28th. So there's a tunnel in between. And this tunnel is like a chrysalis. And all the gooey mess is coming up, and you're like, oh, not again. Wait, when did it ever not be coming up, right? But there's an in particular intensity that relates to loss, grief, depression, and it's accompanied by dizziness, a sense of fuzziness, a sense of not being able to focus. These are all symptoms of what we're going through, which really has been around for eons, way back to past lives when we started to feel that everything was falling apart in Atlantis, Lemuria, at other times in our lives where there was just this recognition of, oh my God, it's getting worse before it gets better. And this burden started before COVID, or with COVID, when we all of a sudden our worlds were just so-called ground to a halt. And that has to happen for the pivot to occur, right? When we're going a certain direction, we have to put on the brakes and then pivot to the next direction. And I know the fire horse year, many people say it's a big pivot year. We've been pivoting and pivoting and pivoting and pivoting for a while now, but this is really coming to focus. And we're also starting to feel the burden of responsibility for this transformation and keeping our light up and being in a good place no matter what. That's exhausting, right? That's exhausting. So we need extra support right now. Receiving support from others, especially. Yes, absolutely, your guides, number one, but from others. There can be a feeling since COVID of isolation. And yes, for all of you introverts, you're like, oh, goody. I don't have to deal with those people. And now it's like, oh, good. I still don't have to. But the pulsation is changing. Even with this Lion's Gate and the solar eclipse that happened, there's a sense of being all in. It's time to be all in, to create more, to commit more, to have greater confidence. And that pushes up against places in us that are like, no, I don't want to. I don't want to commit to anything. I can't. I'm already exhausted. And the exhaustion is depression. I've seen it in numerous people in the last number of months, but really coming to focus now, that feeling of, oh, it's all too much. Even though we say we don't listen to the news and we're not caught in the fray and all of that, there's still a burdensome feeling of this transformational, remember the cocoon of the goo and the blah going on. When do we get to the butterfly stage, right? When will we get there? And the dizziness comes from the sense of spinning and trying to get connected to spirit, but feeling as though we're spinning our wheels in getting assistance to get motivated to move forward. So it feels like stuck, dizzy, lack of motivation and clarity and all those things. So you're not alone, but we need to reach out to others in heart areas. I know, as I said, it can be very isolating because everybody's in a different place and everybody seems to be having stuff they're dealing with. So when you have stuff you're dealing with, you have a tendency to back off and not get your needs met with other people, with humanity. looking for the good of what's going on, the good news, the great things going on, the things that are burgeoning. Even, consider humanity as something that's coming forward right now, right? In a whole new way. So when you may say, well, I don't have people close to me that can talk the language I'm talking. Well, that's not true. Every time you put a podcast on that you enjoy, think of the fact that there are thousands, if not millions of people, even though you may not know them personally, who are also listening to that podcast. Think of the number of communities you are part of. You're connected to me, you're connected to it's I see the image of the Olympic rings, 8 rings. Everybody probably has at least 8 rings of community that you're connected to. As I said, even if it's just because you love somebody in their podcast, you are connected to that community. So it's important when you're listening, not just to listen for information or try to get out of your state. It's to feel the fact that there are so many people on the same page as you, whether that relates to the fact that they're craving something or they are awake enough to crave what you crave, right? So it's all good if you really see it that way, with a sense of wisdom, perception, true divine intelligence, grounded intelligence in practical terms, which I'm trying to give you. The other thing is how important the heart is. When we say we really need extra support right now, I'm talking about feeling that the heart is full and free and flowing and moving. And sometimes that relates to more cardiovascular exercise, jumping up and down for a minute. You could say, well, my knees can't handle that. Well, do something in a chair. Put some music on and just move around a little bit to get some energy moving, because peace, so-called peace and stillness, are not necessarily just the answer, because that peace can often be a sense of just go away, everybody. I just wanted everything to go away and I feel stuck. Oh, I'm going for peace. And then you back off and hide and back off and hide, right? So it is a time to engage. It's important for us to engage and be out of our comfort zone and be all in, which means be in your life in new ways. Not just taking care of others, taking care of business, but finding ways to activate that deeper heart of you. And that heart of you may get opened just by doing something physical, a little more physical. And maybe it's just waving your arms around and really being aware in that need for greater engagement of your energy. What can I do to move some energy today? That's what helps depression and dizziness and all of that, is to get engaged, to create something. Okay? So we all need extra support right now, and I'm here to remind you of that, to reach out and touch someone. Reach out and be kind. Reach out and share yourself with others. That makes your heart light up and makes you feel again the hope and the joy and the connection to humanity that is going to create the new world. This new world is going to be made up of a humanity that most of them you don't know right now, but you do energetically. So keep your eye open to doors that open humanity in little ways for you. Okay, when you're whatever you're doing. I'm not going to get into too many details. Okay, but keep your eye on the good news, because the bad news is very oppressive. And remember, it's not just the so-called bad news of today, the burden we feel of the bad stuff that's been going on, the loss, the death, the horrible things, the grief that's been going on for years. And we've tucked that away a little bit in the idea that we can rise above it and just stay with light. And that becomes a concept, total concept. Okay. So let yourself grieve, let yourself feel deeply You don't like this chrysalis stage at all. That's all right to feel that. I don't like it, but I'm willing to go through it, and I'm going to go into it with everything I've got and make this transformation faster, actually. It will make the transformation faster for sure. So get your support. And I'm going to give you a few ways for you to get support that I'm offering into the circle that you are part of with me and all those that are connected to soul mastery. So they're connected to your tribe, your soul, your home world. This Friday is August angelic support and psychic readings. I will put a link below. It's our chance for you to get a short psychic reading from me on a question that you have and get a lot of angelic support for where it is that you value, what you value, where in your life you want some upgrade, inspiration. And in just over 3 weeks, I'm doing the fall immersion. Reset your nervous system and reset that nervous system to peace and ignite inspiration. It is time to help you, support you with your guidance and my guidance and the collective that we're going to come together with of community who want to support you to reset your nervous system to the higher octave of deep, abiding peace, a calm heart, and an inspired sense of self. So I'm excited about both of those. More to come. And I hope to see you this Friday, and just keep on keeping on, because I have such deep appreciation for all of you around the globe who are offering things in your small so-called ways, but every piece of the pie brings the circle of humanity closer to its new butterfly state. So feel good about yourself, your value, and what you're bringing. And so much more will open up. Such appreciation for each one of you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.